Oh my gosh.
Is it very alcoholic-y?
7.6.
Okay, this will be fun.
Okay.
Okay, you guys, we are testing out a new beer for the March budget. We just learned that it's over 7% alcohol. So this will be fun.
Yeah.
Come join us.
Good thing it's a Sunday.
Hey guys, it's Justine with Debt Free Millennials, the channel to help you crush your debt and live payment free. And y'all know this is my husband Kyle.
Sit.
And yeah, we are opened already, a new beer that you found.
And I bought it solely because of the name.
I can smell it.
Yeah. There. Captain Fatty's.
Captain Fatty's, where's it from?
It is from Goleta, which is just north of Santa Barbara. If you don't know where that's at, it's in Southern California. So this is technically a local beer, which I'm super excited about. But the description, and if you know any slang term about, what a fatty is, it's not referring to anyone that might not be slim. It's referring to another kind of well-known California activity, because it says on the can, you can expect a plethora of dankness.
Well, let's just see about that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my gosh, my brewmate totally matches the can. I love that.
It's about as dank as they come. That's good.
Oh.
I'm not a big IPA guy, but this is an IPA, and I'm like, okay. I want it to be beer. I want it to be 85 and sunny out while I drink this. But.
Well, finally we have a sunny day, not 85.
Yeah.
It's nice. We have a tree outside of our patio, and we're now seeing it blossom, bud. Yeah, new leaves.
Another weed reference.
We're now seeing it bud, and it's so fun. So, okay, enough about that. Why can't we talk?
I have no idea.
Let's get into our budget.
We don't
have to talk about that.
Ready for the first one?
Yes.
How high was our income this month?
Oh, well, quite high.
Wow.
Actually, we planned for $11,000 and we brought in $12,943.19. We had a net of $2,183.63. Yes.
Wow.
I will drink to that.
Yeah. Let's keep this rolling.
I love it. Okay. So what contributed to the extra dollars?
Well, wasn't there 5 pays?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 5 pay stubs. Okay, that's why it's like way higher than normal.
So Kyle gets paid every week, which is kind of a new scenario for us. And then you also got paid out for your travel expenses from February.
Okay.
And so that actually got deposited in March. So there you go. Let's go over our fixed expenses.
Rent.
Yeah, rent and daycare. Everybody knows that. We can skip that.
I know, but I just...
Let's continue on. Groceries, we were just under. And you know what? That last Costco trip that we took on Friday was the tipping point here. Because otherwise we would have been like way under.
Wait, was that Friday was the
31st.
Oh, so we did squeeze that in.
Yep. We went to Costco on Friday and basically restocked the liquor that we had drained. So we got all of the big handles of Tito's, Bullet Bourbon, Terramana was there, which that was the first time I saw Terramana at Costco.
Yeah.
And then R6 Bourbon, which is a local bourbon, we saw at Costco, and I was like, we have to try.
Yeah, it's just down the street from us. I was like, this is great.
Yeah. So then we picked up just odds and ends, but anyway, that all contributed to the $700 grocery budget.
Did you separate out my clothes?
Yes.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
we're going to get to that. It's a glorious day.
Okay. Electricity, gas, we only paid $28.99 because the California climate credit went into effect for our electricity. So we actually had more credit than what we used. And so we actually have a balance of negative $1.42. So that'll be applied to the next bill, which was fantastic.
I'm trying not to make another weed reference right now.
Go ahead.
No.
Okay.
No, that's not the right time.
Not the right time.
Working on the timing on this one.
Okay, so the next thing is I spent $14 at the car wash. Car washes are expensive. But I was talking to my mom who lives in Kansas City, and she was like, yeah, that's pretty much how much it is here, too.
I don't know. I guess I remember being a kid and, like, you went through the car wash and, like, it was a fascinating experience because I don't know. It's a car wash, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember it being like $4. It wasn't that long ago.
I know.
I'm not that old.
It's just gotten really, really expensive. The cool thing about this car wash, though, is I think it does a pretty decent job. It's automatic. It does a pretty decent job of washing the car, but then at the end, you get access to the vacuums and the hoses, and they have a little area where you can take your floor mats off, and all of that's included as part of your $14. So yeah. I do appreciate that.
You don't want dust in your car because it'll, give you those red bloodshot eyes.
Totally, yeah. You definitely need to carry around some eye drops. Anyway, moving on. Tags and car insurance. This was a big month for car-related expenses. So our tags, which by the way, we still haven't gotten in the mail, and that sticker needs to be on for April. So it was $277. And the reason why it was so much was this was the year that our car was deemed like old enough to have to go through a smog check. And so smog checks are available everywhere in the state. It's very simple. It costs $50 to do it. It's like a 10-minute test, no big deal. They automatically send that info to the DMV, so they have it, and then you pay your registration, which our fees was $227 for the year, plus the $50 smog check. Then I finally updated our address for our car insurance premium, and that went up dramatically. So we used to pay $368. Then it went up in the fall of 22 to $404, and now it's $560.
Wow. That's a huge gravity bomb right there.
Car insurance premiums have definitely gone up, and this is something that I coach a lot on in Budget Bootcamp when we work one-on-one together on your budget and your financial goals. Is like, take a look at your premiums, make sure you're not overspending in your car insurance coverages, and also I'm starting to recognize that premiums are just increasing. So
everywhere.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. So you're going to see actually some negative running totals. So I thought we could use some of the surplus to kind of help cover the negatives here.
Yeah, but I mean
to zero that out so we
Okay.
can start fresh for the next month.
Sure. That's not a must-have because that's a sinking fund, right? So technically you can let it build back up and you plan for these things
Right.
and all that stuff. So
Yeah, so I would say put some of this money here to zero this out, and then we start contributing to it again for April for the next year. Renters insurance, we finally got that. So now we're completely protected. And I think part of the reason why we ended up doing renters insurance now is because we experienced that earthquake not too long ago.
yeah, that was wild.
And as I was thinking about that earthquake, I was like, oh my gosh, if this was catastrophic, yeah, I would want to make sure that we could have enough money to,
Yeah, that was a wild experience. I actually happened to be awake when it hit in the middle of the night. I came out here, I was like, I am so thirsty. I have really bad dry mouth. And then I had to go get a glass of water, and I'm standing there and I'm like, wow, that plane sounds like it's really low. It wasn't a plane. You could hear the earthquake coming in. And so it was the rumble from the earthquake on the ground. And then everything started shaking.
Yeah.
Nothing broke, but it was a decent one. It was probably one of the heavier ones we felt, or bigger ones we felt.
Yeah, you could hear the glass shower door rattle inside of its frames. So that was wild. Very eerie. Mm-hmm. Not like a tornado drill, which you and I are used to. in which you hear the sirens, you're like, oh, well, it's probably going to happen. Not really.
In the Midwest, that siren it means go outside and look. It doesn't mean run for cover. It's like, where is it at? I don't see it. Let's go outside.
Yeah.
I want to back up to the car insurance bit for a second. Okay, can you imagine if we had 2 cars? We'd have to double everything there, and how huge of an expense that would be.
Yeah.
Like the amount of money that we save by sticking to a 1-car family is mind-blowing. Like we could probably drop $200 a month on an Uber and still come out net positive compared to owning an actual car.
Yeah.
So I've heard that the average is including depreciation and expenses, the average car costs you like $500 to $600 a month. And that's if you have no payments, just from depreciation and maintenance and all that stuff. So
totally. I wonder what it is now, though, because with the used car market since the pandemic, it's really actually been quite stable in terms of like your value. The cars.
Oh yeah, what we bought our car for is only like $500 less than what we paid for it. I repeated myself.
Yeah, but did you?
That was weird.
Did you forget what you were saying? That happens.
I lost my train of thought.
That happens. So yeah, now we need to, and I put at the end of the month here that we need to, next month, start saving $12 per month for renter's insurance instead of the $15. So there you go.
Okay, cool.
Fun money. Let's talk about fun money. Fun money. Wow, we spent $982.96 on fun money / LA bucket list. What did we do? Do you know what we did? We got our couples massage.
Oh, yeah.
Finally.
That came out of fun money. That was also anniversary money too, wasn't it?
That was anniversary money. So what I did is in February, I ended up putting money towards, so we had leftover money in our February budget. I put it in the fun money, like actual spent, so that it could include the total.
Okay.
And then in March, when we actually spent the money, I earmarked it here and showed spent, and then had this all subtracted out. So this is the current total of what's in our fun money sinking fund.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So not only did we do that, but my best friend came out and we did a whale watching excursion. You were not a part of that, but I did it. We did not see any whales, but we did see a lot of bottlenose dolphins. We were so stoked about. I would totally do it again. That was down in Newport Beach, and that also contributed to this amount. We also hired a babysitter for when we could do our spa day. We are now learning that babysitters are kind of just unnecessary if we want to do anything. So my question to you was, should we be adding a babysitter fund or just use the money that's in our fund money budget to help cover that in case we need to?
I don't need to track the exact babysitter expense, so I would just say we increase the fund money LA bucket list thing like $50 a month, or our planned contribution per month, and just roll it out of that. Like if I needed to track how much we were spending on babysitters, then I would say let's make it its own line item.
Yeah.
But I don't need to track that.
Yeah. And we're trying to do day dates. So when Quinn's in school, we go out and do our dates. So we're trying to avoid going out during the evenings just to save $100, I guess.
Yeah.
But really, I mean, if we want to do a nighttime activity, then we could hire a babysitter to help us, and then we would just use the money out of the fund money bucket to help.
Let's be realistic. You're usually asleep by 9 o'clock.
That's true. Yeah. So another reason why we do day dates.
But we didn't do, everyone was disappointed probably because we didn't do the Michelin star. We were going to do that. We just didn't have the munchies. We felt like we needed to relax more. So
yeah, you really do want to go in there and just like eat some Cheetos, but Michelin star restaurants don't have Cheetos, do they? Maybe. Their own spin on it.
I don't know.
I don't know. I read your guys' comments.
I love the comments of like everyone's like, it's not just the food, it's the whole experience. 11 courses. And I was like, these are great. This is great input. Yeah,
one of you said that you spent like over $3,000. I was like, what? That is insane. Yeah. I don't think I don't think I could do that. I know I can't do that.
No.
But some of you who said, oh, it was, $600 total, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very, thinking, doable.
Doable if you have the funds for it. Yeah. Okay, should we keep going? Let's talk about clothing.
All right.
Why does Kyle have a $243 expense from his sinking fund for clothes?
Bought clothes for the first time in a year and a half.
Where do upper 30-year-olds shop for clothes?
The only place that they can shop with kids in life. The best place in the world. The adult Disneyland. Also known as Costco.
Costco. Wow. So you spent almost $250 on clothes from Costco. Tell me the reasoning.
Okay. What ends up happening is I buy a pair of pants and I'm like, oh man, I really like these pair of pants. I wish I had them in more than one color. And so I could just have them and rotate them through the wardrobe. And what ends up happening is I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go back and do that. My lazy butt is never going to do that. So what I ended up doing was just like, I like these pants. I'm going to buy them in the colors that I want, and then I'll try them on at home. And if I don't like them, then I'll bring them back. And I won't have to do this whole, soapbox thing that I just went on. So I bought them all, tried them all on. Only 2 of them fit. So I got to take $200 of pants back to Costco. But I did buy 2 pair of shorts. They were $8 each, and that is my kind of clothing line.
Yeah. And I found some leggings and just comfy biker shorts that I can wear this summer that have pockets. I love that.
Yeah.
So anytime I can get pants with pockets, I can put my phone in without it falling out.
This is truly one of those to each their own things. I'm not walking around looking at other people's clothes and going, oh yeah, that's Calvin Klein or that's whatever. I really don't care. So that's me. That's why I'm like, Costco works fine.
This zip up is from Costco?
Yeah,
I found that one. I was like, I like that. Cool. Okay, so a lot of this is going to get refunded and then it'll go back in your bank. But we did talk about just getting the right sizes for the pants.
But let's talk about if it was successful, I probably wouldn't need to buy pants or shorts for the next 5 years.
Yeah, I agree. That's true. All right. Should we go over the rest of the fun?
Yeah.
Okay, you spent money on haircut. So good deal there. Gifts. We spent about $150 for gifts. Subscriptions. By the way, the gifts part for our anniversary just went into the fun money stuff. So just making sure you knew that. Subscriptions, no big deal there. Everything else is good for fun. Are you good with fun?
I'm always good with fun. What are you talking about?
Okay. All right, let's go down to the future because we did go back home for my cousin's wedding in March. And
I got some barbecue.
We had some expenses there. We spent about $500 on basically food and booze and that sort of thing.
Uber rides.
Oh, and the Uber rides.
Man, I forget how spread out the Midwest is. I was just like, wow, this is expensive.
Yeah. But we had a really funny Uber driver the first night. We never went to bed before midnight except for one night. Mainly because of the time change, but also because it was just a whirlwind weekend. We had something planned every single night that we were there. So I was exhausted when we got home. We were all just pooped. In fact, the very next day, Kyle was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I think I could sleep for another 2 hours." He was like, "Why don't you do that? I'll take Quinn to daycare and just sleep." And I was like, "Thank you." And I did. I knocked out for another 2 hours and I woke up and I was like, that's exactly what I needed. What do you know?
Yeah.
Do we want to go ahead and tally up, or did you have something else to say about the trip?
I already said it once and I'm going to say it again. I got barbecue. It's just so good. It's just so hard to beat Kansas City barbecue.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe Franklin's in Austin. Carolina barbecue is not real barbecue. No one wants vinegar-based sauce. Like, it's good on some stuff, but majority of people are going to pick Kansas City sugar-based barbecue sauce over anything. I've never had Memphis barbecue, so we'll see. But
Yeah.
Kansas City wins all day long.
So amazing. I know. I wished we would have had more time to be able to do things like that on our own. Like, I didn't get to see any of my friends. So if any of my friends from KC are watching, which I always think, I'm like, nobody watches our channel, my channel. Nobody watches this stuff. I really wished I could have texted and made something work, but it was such a jam-packed weekend. I was like, next time.
Yeah.
Next time. Okay, should we go ahead and add in the numbers from our investments?
Let's do it.
Okay, while you're looking up Stash or whichever, so you know how I set up the surprise savings with Ally Bank, in which they kind of go through your checking account and then they see if there's extra money there that they can put towards the savings account?
Yeah.
So they had surprise savings in March of $650. They pulled $650 from our checking account into our down payment fund.
Again, why did they do that?
So it's a way for you to boost the amount of savings that you want to build up, and they see if that money can work better in the savings account because you're earning interest on it versus in the checking account. They also make sure that your checking account still has enough of a balance in there to cover all your bills. I thought it was a significant amount of money. I was like, $650, but we didn't miss it because we still paid out all of our bills. We still had plenty of money left over in the checking account.
Yeah.
And it added more money to our savings. So I'm okay with it.
I didn't know it happened, so I'm like, sounds great.
Sounds great. Robinhood. I see. Ooh, that went up. $300.
Yeah, $19,207.01.
Great. In fact, I am going to check.
Great.
Great. Yep, sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to check the down payment too, just to see how that impacted. And also, another thing is, I moved leftover money from January. So January, we had leftover money in the budget for January and February, and we said that we were going to take all or some of the leftover money from those budgets and put it towards the down payment. So I went ahead and zeroed this out. This was a problem that we ran into last year when we were doing our annual review. We're like, how do we still have 20,000 money? Who am I today? What is in this?
Yeah, I know. Did you see the slogan on it? It says, anchor down and grab a beer. I like that. It's kind of fun.
So I am actually zeroing out all of the money for each month and putting it towards what we actually wanted to and making those transfers.
And we actually did it.
And I made a note just to make sure I don't confuse myself in December.
You don't actually confuse yourself?
Yeah, so $2,000 in January, $2,000 in February, and $1,000 in March. Let's check this out.
Okay, stash. $1,023.62. 102362.
That went up as well. Okay, let's take a look at you. Oh, I think this is updated, actually. So,
Weeble. $1,794.14.
Ooh, yay. This went up too. I'm just checking our Vanguard brokerage account because we still do have money in that. That is also for our down payment. So we're at $165,000 for that. Let me check my SEP IRA. Yay, that is finally up.
Went up good.
Yeah. $52,673 flat. The Roth went up. Finally, a good month. And my traditional went up. Yay. I'm very happy about that. Sweet.
Cool.
Okay, so all of our investments and our savings goals are updated. Okay, and two other quick things that I wanted you to check, because there were two Venmo expenses that I saw that I wasn't quite sure, and I think it's from your Venmo account. So do you mind checking those? There was one for $30 on March 16th.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, it's probably my Ubers. My trips with...
Oh, yeah.
Where is Venmo?
Yep, I think those are Ubers. Because one was 30 and one was 35.
Yeah,
Because I think we tipped. Oh, wait. So then the $65 actually needs to go to trip expenses.
Yep.
So should we explain that to people? Because I think this is awesome.
They ain't going to care.
Well,
No.
okay. Now that we got all of the savings and the investments, blah, 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 next month. So I said we need to start saving $12 per month for the renter's insurance, and then also we might be traveling again.
With a kid.
Yeah, so we should be thinking about that. I know you and I are going to have a conversation about that after we film about our travel plans for the end of this month, which good news is we still have plenty of money in our vacation fund in order to do so. Whenever we're talking about doing a trip as a family, the money is coming out of our vacation fund account. So we really pulled back on saving towards this, but I mean, we can always move more money into the vacation fund if we want to. I don't think it's really necessary for this particular trip that we're talking about, but what do we want to do with this leftover money?
Well, our kid did have a birthday in March. We technically didn't really get her anything because everyone else got her everything.
She got so many birthday presents. She was in heaven.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's so cute.
I don't know, we could throw some money in an account for her.
Yeah. You mean like a 529 plan?
Yeah, or maybe set up just like a... Like when your kid's born, if you put $1,000 in an investment account, by the time they turn 60, it's worth like $2 million or 65 or whatever it is. So like if we set her up so that she can be ahead of the game, you know, when it comes to retirement, if, you know, retirement is still structured like that. I don't know. I can't predict, you know, 60 years from now or 65 years from now what the United States and the world's going to look like. But, you know, it's assuming that it goes the same way it's gone for the past couple hundred years, you know, it'd give her a huge leg up.
Yeah.
And then the other amount, I think we just throw in the retirement fund.
Retirement
or not
fund.
Retirement down payment fund.
Yeah. Okay. There's something that I want to bring up.
Oh.
There's something I want. Like I was saying, there's something that I want. And there's actually a really cool company that I want to use in order to get this thing.
Is it a new golf club for me?
No.
Yeah. All right, let's bong this out.
I want a new phone.
Oh, you want a new phone? You coming to Android?
I'm not converting to Android. That is a no thank you. Politely.
What?
Politely, no thank you. So I have an iPhone 10. I would like access, and what I think I can do-ish, got to talk to our CPA. I want the access to the new cameras in the newer models of the iPhone so that I can make filming my short films and honestly also filming some YouTube content on the go with the new cameras that the iPhones have come out with. And because I'm using my phone, at least partially, actually more than 50% of the time using my phone for business, I know that we can write off part of that expense.
I got no problem with that.
And I really want to use Back Market, which is an amazing company that helps you buy and sell used tech. They have a whole process. The whole concept is not new, but the way that they are positioning themselves as one of like the premium, they're like basically the not Carvana, but yeah, maybe Carvana. They're like the
It's a
Carvanas.
terrible example. Carvana's like basically bankrupt right now.
Okay. Well,
CarMax?
yeah, they're like a CarMax for tech. So buying used cars is, everybody's okay with buying used cars for the most part. Why aren't we okay with buying used tech? If there is a refurb process that they go through where they're actually going through and testing much like you would do with a used car, why wouldn't I be okay with buying used tech? So I want to test it out. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you would like to see. I could even do like a whole review of my experience purchasing from Back Market. I will actually link to their website below for you to just check out on your own, because they have more than just phones. They have laptops, tablets, watches, headphones, all the gear. Android products. So I'm like, this is amazing. So that's what I want to do with some of the money. Potentially, but I could also use this as a business write-off, so we'll see. Sound good? Great.
Did I have a choice?
All right. Is there anything else that you want to talk about for March or April?
No, not money-wise.
Are you hungry?
I got some munchies.
You want some chips?
Yeah, I gotta get into couch.
Into couch. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this very chill episode of Beers and Budgeting. I don't know what the heck is in this drink, but
It's good.
it's good.
Yeah.
We're going to keep chilling on the Sunday afternoon, and we'll catch you in the next episode. And if you're not a subscriber yet, why not? Click that subscribe button so you never miss another episode from us sharing our real income and expenses. We'll catch you later.